Yes, I have all my deciders, and I have a Cyclone as well.
Nice.
I just need a second Cyclone. Dude, the deck is coming. Hello, Team Absolution fans, far and wide. I am your captain. Welcome to Damage Check. I am joined with only one guest of the panel today, but it is quite possibly one of my favorite guests.
Hey.
It is the Brasson Express himself. Say hi to everybody.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
All right,
It's
so
me,
we're gonna
myself, and I.
now. If you're thinking that if you're thinking buckle in, sit tight, and wait for, and you're in for a long damage check, you're probably wrong. We're gonna do a shorter damage check than usual today. It's gonna be about 20, 25 minutes, maybe 30 max. Braxton's got to go get Red Dead. I want to finish watching this playthrough of the Genocide Run of Undertale. Really, we don't want to go into much of Ultra Rare. We're going to talk about it in news, but that's about it.
Spoiler alert, Gold Paladin's poop.
We're going to talk about it in the news section, but that's about it. And yeah. But first things first, we're going to wait 3 minutes, wait till people trickle in, as always. No, I was talking Cyclone because... So Braxton's been playing Duel Links for a very long time, and finally, me and Matt caved, and now we're playing Duel Links as well. And I tanked a lot of cash to build heroes very fast. I just
dropped $50.
Matt also just dropped $50. Did you pull any ultra rares?
I finished the box up.
Sweet, nice.
What? Wait, is Ward still trying to build Blue Eyes?
Are you still trying to build Blue Eyes?
No, I'm building vampires.
No, he's building vampires.
Well, he went back to vampires.
By the way, can we just take a second to look at that delicious picture up there? You can't see it because of the glare, but it's there, and it's the White Ranger, and it's glorious. Actually, I might just keep my boy Drakan in frame. Wait. Spoilers to anybody. Did you read the new issue, Braxton, or not yet?
Darn, I forgot. I'll do that tonight.
You got to read it. It's pretty good. It's neat. It was not what I was expecting, but also what I was expecting at the same time. So we've been playing
trying to
give you you cannot. You cannot get heroes for free just from the influx of gems you get as a new player. Trust me. I tried. You can't. Like
you're gonna be playing a long time.
Yeah, because I mean maybe you could get
Cam said hi.
No. Because to get the 3 mass change to the 3 Ankis, like, I'm talking about Destiny heroes, by the way. I'm talking about mass heroes. I'm talking about mass change Anki. Like, there's no... I spent a good chunk of change and all my gems to get that. And I'm still not happy with the build from a magic trap perspective. I still need another Cyclone, and then what are the other traps I've seen being used? Though I will say, shout out to my boy Brax. That Senata or whatever, the Parazoic Senata, the card is god tier.
See, I told you that card is dumb.
That card is so good. I don't even use its second skill. It's just a trap Book of Moon for all I'm concerned. But yeah,
sometimes you just need that extra dude.
It's just really nice though, and I'll just go into this quick story because we talk mostly Vanguard and stuff, but like Braxton, you have no much idea how fun it is to just completely body people at newbie and bronze and even silver who are just who are just trying to do stuff, and I'm like, decider skill, mass change, I win.
Feels good, don't it?
Your play set of Cyberdarks. You get that for playing Zane, right?
Yeah, I got my play set.
I gotta go do that. I'm still working. Like I said, I literally started this game like 3 days ago, but I've been playing it like non-stop on my free time. Probably like 3.
I'm over here trying to hit King of Games.
I'm trying to finish up Heroes because I really like it, and then finish it up. And then I want to get Destiny Draw, but that's gonna be
a grind.
That's gonna take a minute and a half to do.
I mean, shout outs to. By the way, forget Buster Blader. That deck is so degenerate.
Degenerate in a bad way or a good way?
It's just so in a bad way. I think it's so stupid.
Like stupid, broken, stupid, or stupid as in I should build it, or stupid as in like no.
Stupid as in, like, why did they put that deck in the game? Especially with, like, DNA surgery.
Well, it's time to give Braxton the good old Wapow because he plays Blue Eyes.
Literally.
All right. Well, that being said, let's go ahead and get started. First things first, give a shout out to Stardust Trumpeter. Those posters are sweet. I love them. There will be a Gold Ranger one in the middle at one point. The next time I see this dealer at a convention, I'm going to get a Gold Ranger poster in the center. Because you got the Legacy Gold Ranger staff, my boy Saba, and the Gokai Saber. The Gokai Saber is incredibly cheap. I wish I could get a better one, but one does not exist. The Japanese one is huge, but like in not a good way. Like the blade is super dinky and tiny, but like the center of it where you put the key, it's like giant. There's no way you could like mount that on a wall easily. That being said, let's get started with damage check. So we're going to really focus on Great Nature today because that's where we have the most spoilers. Also, it introduces a very interesting mechanic, a very Light Swarm mechanic. Light Swarm, Dark World-esque type of thing going on here.
Sworns.
And you know that us here at Team Absolution, we love ourselves some Sworn action. So we're going to go ahead and talk about these spoilers. And yeah. First things first. I don't know where Brex has been hiding all this time. We're going to talk about the Panda Bear really quick. I think we've already talked about him before, but I want to cover him again. Basically, he's a grade 2 9K continuous rear guard. This unit gets power plus 8K when it's called to the rear. Brax, what do you think? Brax, you're muted.
My bad. So, Excel Clan gets power plus 9K. Seems good.
8K. Gets power plus 8K.
Oh, so it doubles itself? Seems good.
No, it's a 9K, but he gets power plus 8K.
Oh, so he's 17 on his own?
Yeah.
27 on his own? Seems good.
27 on his own, yeah. So, which you would have to be to get the power boost, you're right. So we'll go ahead and get this Genesis card out of the way. Battle Maiden, I'm not going to pronounce that last name. It's Counter Blast 1. It's a grade 2 10K until the end of turn. Reduce you the next time you Soul Blast by 2, and one of your other units gets power plus 3K. So that's pretty cool. It's another interesting mechanic. I think we'll talk about the next time we get more spoilers for Genesis. Because if they're going to just keep reducing costs, it's going to get really spicy. It's going to get really spicy.
Let's make Deer even better. Yay.
Power plus 3K. That's pretty and then
I heard you coming.
So, Barcode Zebra. So Barcode Zebra, when a unit is put into the drop zone from your deck, this unit gets power plus 5K until the end of turn. Now, originally, I didn't know how good this was going to be, but now, after knowing more about this clan, this card could get silly.
Yeah.
What do you think, Brex?
I'm a fan.
I'm a fan. Like, it is so good. I'm afraid it's going to be too good. That's not true. It's still an Excel clan, so we got to temper expectations.
I don't know, man. It's hard to make Sworn bad.
You are not wrong. Okay, now here's the big ones. So let's go ahead and cover these big boys, because this is where things get spicy and get interesting. So we'll talk about them, Braxton. Then we'll go to news real quick, and then we'll come back to them as like an overall picture. How's that sound?
Cool.
All right, coolio. So first we're gonna wait, was Grand Strike Dragon, was he a double R, triple R, TD? Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and start with Monoculous Tiger, okay?
Ooh, the spicy
So
boy.
Monoculous Tiger, when it attacks or boosts a rear guard, costs, so it's a grade 1. When it attacks or boosts a rear guard, costs counter Soul Blast 1 Put the top card of your deck into your drop zone and perform one of the effects below, depending on that card's type. Normal units, your opponent cannot call Sentinels from his or her hand until the end of that battle. Trigger unit, your opponent cannot call cards other than triggers units from his or her hand until the end of that battle. So,
seems good.
This seems really good. This, in the famous words of old Braxton, this is something you kill immediately. If we were in G era, or for those players in Premium, you Griffin this at all times.
Griffin this at all times.
Or Advanced Dragon, I think, can kill it, right? If it's in the back row.
Yeah, that's something like that. I haven't seen that card in a minute. I think it has to be like grade 1 or less, and if it's rusted, pop it.
Gotcha. And then
you kill it again for good measure.
Like, the thing is, like, both of these are really good, and granted, it's up to the luck of the situation, but you can kind of adapt to that. Either way, you're getting something good. And so, like, normal units, poop. Trigger units, like, the only one you want. Like, granted, in situations, you're going to want one over the other, but they're both pretty good, in my opinion. What do you think, Brax? Is there any situation where you're just like, I mean, I hate it being luck-based, as I'm sure you are. You do too, but I mean,
both skills are good though. So like, you either get a Tom skill or B a better Tom skill. you're basically swapping between standard Tom and premium Tom.
Seriously. All right, so next we're gonna cover Binoculus Tiger. When this attacks a Vanguard, counterblast 1, put the top card of your deck into the drop zone, and perform one of the following effects below, depending on that card's type. Normal unit, draw a card. Trigger unit, choose one of your opponent's rear guards, retire it, and 3 of your units in the front row get power plus 5k until the end of turn. Now, this is in my opinion, this is one where, like, man, a trigger to me is much preferred than the not trigger. Like a normal unit, like, sweet, I get a card for CB1. Not terrible. But like trigger unit, like, oh boy. Oof.
Got him.
Which I think is a really, really interesting way to offset the fact that you don't want to see triggers go away. So this makes seeing triggers go away that much better.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Pongo.
It's definitely better.
Yeah. It's like Pongo's like, oh, I still charge the. Hey, Matt.
I got three zombie skulls.
Oh, Matt got 3 zombie skulls.
Dude, I got 3 zombie skulls.
So wait, you finished your vampire deck is what you're saying.
Did you finish vampires?
No, I gotta get Gozuki, I think.
He's got to get Gozuki. Anyways, so what do you think, Matt, about a good old boy Binoculus Tiger? The Light Swarm dude, draw a card on normal unit, trigger unit, you get to kill a dude, and 3 of your front rows get 5k.
I mean, I think everything about this clan is great, except it's Light Sworns. And it's Excel.
Yeah, but sometimes you want it to be Light Sworns.
Sometimes I want Granblue to work.
Yeah, but now at least when you're milling triggers, things happen.
On certain units, yeah.
On almost all units.
Well,
I mean, Monoculus has got something good going on. Binoculus has got something good going on.
Ew, it's Nate. What? Ew.
No, it's Nate. Yeah, he's in the chat.
What? Oh, he's in the chat. I was like,
yeah.
I thought he said I was Nate.
No, you're not.
Hold
Nate.
it, pimp.
So your Chronicle.
Either you're getting the trigger effect or you're sacking them when they drive checks. It's a win-win.
So that covers all of that, and then the last one we're going to cover really quick before is Pinky and the Brain Mouse.
Pinky and the Brain.
When it attacks, hit a Vanguard, Soul Blast 1, and draw a card. That's about it.
Seems.
It's an 8K. That's the only thing I don't like about it. So it loses.
It's an 8K, but that nice, tasty on-hit draw a card. To be fair, though, it's probably never going to hit. So.
It could hit, maybe. That one time. Nah, it's not gonna hit.
Fine.
It's not gonna hit.
You guys believe Great Nature will be there? No.
So let's go to news real quick. So we're gonna jump over to news before we go back to Great Nature. I got a few.
We are now a Duel Links Yu-Gi-Oh channel.
No, not true at all. I don't got that kind of money, man. Dude, it took me too much money to build heroes. I don't even want to build anything else. Except for Blue Eyes. I kind of want to build Blue Eyes. The Blue Eyes is also incredibly expensive. So, back to what we're talking about here. First things first, so AL4 is officially out and cheaper than people expected in certain regards. Shadows actually ended up not being as expensive as people thought. It seems that the numbered PBDs are going in the $400 to $700 range, depending on the number of the PBD, which is still a great value if you pull it. AKA, check out our case opening where somebody pulled the 126, wasn't it?
126.
126.
126 has been pulled.
That's our new number.
I think somebody is trying to make a spreadsheet of what's been pulled based on Vanguard and stuff like that. So if you're out there, 126 has been pulled.
Braxton, why's your camera in
his phone
in your pants?
It's his phone.
It's your pants phone.
So
it's my pants phone. It's
good old. So that's out. Murakumo's more expensive than it was to start with, but still pretty cheap. DI, I think, is tanked in price because it's not that good in standard.
And premium, though. Ballin'.
And premium is really good. And then Pale Moon, I don't know what the price is on Pale Moon right now. And Shadows, like I said, still expensive. Still going to cost you $210, $230 to build the whole thing, but cheaper than anticipated. It's not $300 or something.
I don't know, man. Shadows is cheap, man. It didn't cost me nothing to build Shadows.
Well, it did. You paid into the case, man. It cost you plenty to get Shadows.
Braxton, where's Vampire's Grace?
In the same box.
In the same box. Dude, let's focus for now, man, please. So next is I got a few tournaments to talk about really quick. These are Japanese VGCSs. One of them was the one was 17 people. So let's start with that as a big disclaimer here as to what this is. This is, of course, after Ultra Rare's release in Japan, which we'll talk about in a second.
Mm-hmm.
So first place in the 17-person tournament was Shadows. Second place was Angels. Take that as you will. Once again, 17 people. Braxton, do you have anything to add there?
Shadows still kicking butt. Yeah.
Don't
matter if it's 17. Don't matter if it's 1,700. Shadows.
So there was another VGCS in the Troika market. It's a Japanese. It was standard. Unknown player count. First place was Murakumo. Second and third were Angels. Fourth place, our boys Neo Nectar. Murakumo, I think, is very interesting. I mean, being able to eliminate writing is pretty strong, I will say.
It's almost like it just kills everyone.
I wouldn't say it kills everyone, but definitely annoys everyone. More of a nuisance than anything else in the world. But it is first place, Murakumo. Second place and third place is Angels. So we're already seeing Angels really just step out into the forefront here. The big question on everyone's mind, I bet you guys are wondering in the chat, Braxton's probably wondering, but where's the OTT though? Do you think it's finally calming down? Do you think we finally found the beast to kill it?
I want to wait. I want to wait a little bit more. It's only been a week? I want to wait a little bit more.
I think 2 weeks worth of tournaments. Last week's and then this week's.
I still want to wait a little bit more.
Last weekend, the weekend before last, what I meant.
I said people have been playing OTT for a very long time. They're probably bored.
I somebody said, they stopped playing it because it's too strong. It's a proven fact. OTT. I can believe it, to be honest. That's what kind of happened in my shop too. In my community, no one's really there's the occasional OTT player like Jorge, or some of the newer players who just built OTT that are like, I'm a play OTT, but all the other people are like, yeah, I have OTT, but it's like, why bother? Fourth place, Neonectar, which is good because Neonectar is really strong. Like,
yeah.
really good. It's
Really
better.
good.
It's better spikes, which are better royals. So it's better royals squared.
Better Royals squared.
It's like just watching people play it and the combos you can get off on it. Like it's that tomato. I need more memes of that tomato, Braxton. Get our best man on this.
Like, have you ever seen a tomato draw you a card? I haven't, not until today. Look, that deck is like as good as Shadows, which is amazing.
Yes, I just want more of that tomato. All of that tomato. I need more memes. Right now, Braxton, have you been seeing the shadows?
No.
The shadow memes with it's like PBD and it's like I'll challenge any man, and then it shows the tomato. It's like, but that thing, I hate that thing. I'll find that one and send it to you at some point. That one really cracked me up.
Except that thing, I hate that thing.
There was,
me and War were crashing some games, and they were like hella even.
Oh yeah, because he's got it proxied up. Yeah, that's what I heard. I mean, the things is like you keep killing his stuff, but he can produce stuff for like literally nothing.
Yeah,
they literally just come out of us like the ground, like plants.
Like plants. Who would have thunk?
You should have got some like weed, like some weed killer, dude. That's what you were missing. Next. Actually, yeah, we skipped it because we didn't talk about Leopold, did we?
No, not yet. We're going back to it in the overall.
Yeah, we're going back to it after this. Yeah. So there was one more Japanese standard tournament, 26 people. The winner, oddly enough, was Royal Paladins. So
how do you do it, dog? What's the secret?
I'm going to tell you all the secret to how you win Royal Paladins, and it's 2 words. Foil triggers. It's the only way. Dude, I have done the math, man. And by the math, I've just stared at a board with math on it. And I've had
with the word math.
With the word math, and I've just been writing it out, dude. I've been like, all right, you got Royals before foil set, no wins, except for at the beginning. After foil set, wins. Huh.
Oh my god!
It has to be the foil triggers. It's the only way. No, I do. Actually, it's kind of interesting though because. In this 26-person tournament, there was no OTT.
Huh.
And there were 3 Angel Feathers. And then aside from that, and 1 Grand Blue, there was no Protect. So 1 Grand Blue, 3 Angel Feathers were... Oh, and 2 Mega Colony. Okay, so yeah. 1, 2, 3. So there were 6... Out of the 26, 6 players were playing Protect clans. And the rest of them were playing Excel or Force. So,
do we have a picture of the Royal build? Just a typical Royal build? Like, is there any X you played, or is it like Alfred beats? Or
no, it's just straight Alfred beats.
So like no Soul Saver? Just
no, it has 1 Excoplate, 4 Alfredo sauce, and 3 Soul Saver. So it's like the typical new build. You drop a Soul Saver, add an Excoplate. And it's grade 2 lineup. Oh no, it runs 4 Soul Saver. I'm sorry. So he's running 9 grade 3s. He runs 3 of the grade 2 Jaron. He runs Jaron, 4 Akane, 4 BB, 4 Pongel, 4 Marin, and then a lot of people are running the new Richard promo as well, which has been interesting to see.
What does that card do?
If you have 4 or more, everything in the same column gets intercept.
Oh. So you can have anything. Okay, that's actually...
So you could have a grade 1 10k intercept, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, actually.
It's pretty interesting. But a lot of people have been playing that as well. But the most important thing that I want everyone to remember... Oh, crap, never mind. My whole theory is broken. This man's not running foil triggers. The dream's dead. I don't know how he won it. I'm done. Done. This man's not running full trigger. He's running freaking. Okay, changing the whole strategy. How you win? Start deck triggers. That's how this guy's doing it.
Done. So done.
So aside from that, I don't know. Do you think the fans are interested in some team results?
I like teams, so sure.
All right, so we'll cover some team results real quick. So there was a WGP in Osaka. This is against Japanese teams as of last Saturday. So we've got good old first place was Royal Paladin, who went 6-3, OTT and Neonectars, who both went 8-1. We do know who was being carried there. It was the Royal Paladin player.
Clearly was the Neo Nectar player. Like, that deck is just whatever. 8-1. Come on. Why wasn't he 9-1?
Second place was Royal Paladins, OTT, and Neonectar again, with all players going 7-2. Third and fourth place teams were Angel Feather, Tachikaze, and Neonectar, and OTT, Murakumo, and Neonectar. Now, this, Braxton, interesting point. This guy who played this Royal deck was just running straight Soul Saver Alfred with the foil crits and the foil triggers. And the foil starter, for that matter. Not that makes a difference. Or does it? So that's our latest team result there. And then just really quick, BCS Toronto. This is last Saturday. So this is literally on the precipice of the release of the set, right?
Mm-hmm.
This gives us the best up to date. And it's also important to remember that most people won't have their decks finished, but there will be people who have their deck finished.
Yeah.
There will be a good number of people with their deck finished. There will also be a good people who don't have the deck finished. If they're trying to build that from that. But first place was Murakumo. Second place was Kaguro. Third place was OTT. Fourth place was Kaguro. So, Braxton, as a Kaguro player, how does that make you feel?
Makes me feel good about living that Kaguro privilege. Yeah. Also, like, Waterfall can just get you.
Unless you're Murakumo. Yeah. Be like, you wrote Overlord, prepare to stay on Overlord.
Prepare to stay on Overlord.
Forever. No. That's a nice Overlord you have. It'd be a shame if I never let you get to Waterfall. There were 275 people at Toronto, which is nice. And like I said, I think Murakumo topping it out is not a surprise, given the release of the set was that weekend. I think people will be able to figure out, because not everyone who plays Vanguard, believe it or not, keeps track of like the trends and the strategies and like how decks operate and matchups and stuff like that. Not nearly as much as probably people who are watching the stream right now, or me, or Braxton, or other people. A vast majority of players, they do it as a hobby, stuff like that. So they aren't always. So if you're running into Murakumo right when it's released, and they're like, "Yeah, you can't ride." Oh, and you know what? You can't stand either. Sorry.
What? Judge? Game 2, psych.
So it's not surprising that it won. I imagine that it makes some people angry. Makes me happy. For example, I paid a really good price for my Muros, which I haven't get a chance to play yet because I've been out of town for like ever. But this weekend I should get them. But Muros were super cheap. Shadows are super expensive. And the first big tournament, Muros just comes in like, "Hey, I'm gonna snatch this event real quick." But I mean, that's just how it is. Counter meta is really good, and Murakumo's really puts all those OTT player in question. In the famous words of Jorge when Murakumo was released, because screw OTT in particular. That's the existence of Murakumo, is to give the shaft to OTT. Also, the reason I bought it too. Really quick, the premium. I know we don't talk about premium a lot, but we'll talk about it here for a second. Premium, 97 players played on Sunday in Toronto. First place, as no surprise, No Life King, which, as Braxton mentioned before, in premium, that deck is bonkers.
Baller!
That deck is. I thought things couldn't get more crazy than Anj, and then they got more crazy. He's like, "Hey man, how do you like your 5 attack? How do you like your Vanguard to attack 5 times?" Gee willikers! And I'm just sitting over here with my Alfreds, and I'm just like, I wasn't ready. Came to the wrong neighborhood, kid.
Wrong place, wrong time.
So first place was No Life King. Second place was Anj. Third place was Coral. Fourth place was Spikes, which is the standard plus variant. So it's basically throw in the standard deck, get yourself some extra stuff, you're good to go.
Get to Hellheart 8. Kill
win the game. So that is everything I've really got on the news front. I will really quick. We will hit. Man, this damage check has ended up being longer than I thought. Braxton, I will quickly talk about. Braxton was super excited for golds, but it is seeming that golds just aren't performing well. Are you now in the retrospective? Are you surprised, or is this kind of what you expected to see?
I had hopes, and then now that it's out and about and just getting smacked around, I'm just like, well, I'm disappointed. Let's hope 2 months from now, when the next set drops, they fix all the problems.
The good thing is, like, I still think you should buy into it, to be honest, Braxton.
It's going to be cheap.
Because yes, it'll be cheap. I think that and we've talked about this in the past in different videos, is the bad part about always being behind Japan is that we will know what's kind of good and what's kind of bad. And sometimes prices tend to be absorbed very fast in that regard. The only exception I can think about off the top of my head is AL4, because it didn't matter. Because there's something to be said about how good a deck is. There's also something to be said that people will love Shadows until their dying breath. Yep. So Shadows could have been as bad as Royals, and it still would have been the most expensive deck in that set, without question.
On the flip side, that deck, I think, I haven't messed with it yet, but it looks mad fun in premium. I don't think it's going to be that great in premium either, but it's going to be fun.
Oh, Shadows? Luar?
No, Golds.
Golds? Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Lord's kind of dumb, so.
I'll play you with that with my Alfreds. That'll be entertaining at least.
Yeah.
But I would still say you get it, because you are getting that next wave in a pretty fast turnaround.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've got Ultra Rare, then the Truth, and then your second set. Mm-hmm. Where it's like I've been waiting like almost an entire year now for my Royals, and you're sitting over here on a 1 month turnaround. So it actually is a little bit better that it's not the best it is, because now you definitely have some room to grow in the next set.
Mm-hmm.
Because like for OTT players, unless Megas and the other stuff that's already out are like super synergetic together, you're just going to be having two complete different decks, which would kind of suck.
Yeah.
Whereas like
with golds, they need improvement, they need fine-tuning, so you can just throw in more stuff to make them good instead of saying, all right, well, 2 months later, let's start from scratch, let's start over.
Yeah.
Though, to be honest, if they did that with Royals, I'd be okay with it at this point. They would just nuke the field. But I doubt it. You're going to need BB. There's no way we're not going to have BB in there. So at least my Blaster Blades are safe.
Yeah.
Also, it's kind of hard to argue not to run Akane in any build. Akane's a really good card. Like, strictly speaking, Akane's a really good card. And then so that leads us into really quick. Neonectars and Angels, man, are really some of the most. Let's talk about Neonectar first, even though we kind of covered it. We'll hit it back again. Like Neonectar, I think, is really like the pinnacle of a true, like what you really want to see out of a Force Clan. Like power meets consistency in a very like strong way. And it might not be the epitome, the exaggeration of Force, because that goes to deep police. That's the exaggeration of Force. Like, how many Force markers can I get out in a game? Let's find out.
Are you dead yet? Re-ride.
Where and I mean also the rear guards get huge in that deck. Like they get massive. But if I were to think like the sweet spot, like the good, like the optimal, when I think of optimal, I think of Neonectar right now, the way it's being played.
Yeah.
What do you think?
No, I agree with that because if you look at like Deep Police and Overlord, it's like, okay, we have the Vanguard centric. Then you look at like Royals and half of Shadows. Hold on, let me start that over. So you have Deep Police, Kagero, and half of Shadows as Vanguard centric. Then you have what I say? You have Royals, the other half of Shadows being Rearguard centric, and then you have like Celeste, Neo Nectar and Friends, like right there in the culmination of all that. It's a melting pot of goodness.
Yeah, I would say I would agree with everything you just said, except I think Deep Police is a mix of both, but it's like also like, all right, here's my cannon. It has a 75% chance of backfiring and hitting me. But man, when it goes off, when it bricks hard. When it doesn't, I just don't see seen a decent amount of games played with Neonectar online and stuff, and I'm sure if I threw in Ward on this, he would agree that it's pretty consistent.
No, it is.
It's a lot harder to brick with a deck like that. Kind of like in the same way that Spikes it's a lot harder to brick with Spikes, except for riding Juggernaut. But that's aside from that, like your grade 1 ride, your grade 2 ride, there's a lot of options, a lot of things you can do to get the ball rolling. And the same thing is very true, I think, with Neonectar.
Yeah, like they've made that like progressively better. Like even like when I play Shadows, I'm just like, oh man, I'm gonna be okay. This deck will fix itself. I don't gotta worry.
And now Angels. They just never say die. That's they win by just exhausting yourself.
What's that quote? Who the hell do you think we are?
That's them. They're just like Gurren Lagann, dude, but not actually Gurren Lagann. They're more just like, we just don't die. Like, oh, heal. That's how they win. I mean, they like the hospital also is bonkers good, like so good. It's not. I still wouldn't say it's as good as Deer, but it's still really good.
I mean, might be better than Deer, depending on how you want to argue it.
I don't know. To me, Deer changes the whole way the turn goes for you. Deer basically ends the game outright because it's not just one line. It's not just 2 lines. It's 3 lines and double crits. And if you guard it's not crits associated anywhere. It's like no matter where you guard or don't guard, that's where the crits are going. So, or that's where the crits aren't going. You see what I'm saying? Like there's no way to avoid those crits.
I mean, at the same time, there's no way to avoid Hospital.
Yeah, Hospital gets huge.
It's Waterfall on Vanguard or Rearguard. Like you can't. It's coming at you.
It's coming with the heat of 1,000 suns. That's for sure. All right, so and that's Angels. I mean, we'll talk about Angels again probably next week when I get a third person to bounce off as well. Now back to the topic at hand. Let's talk about Leopold really quick. So Leopold is our boss, our good old 12K Excel boss.
Oh, it's Jack.
School Hunter Leopold. If you have a grade 3 in your soul, this unit's auto ability activates 2 times. So that means when you place it, it activates twice, obviously. Its auto skill is Vanguard when placed. Put the top card of your deck into the drop zone and perform one of the effects below, depending on that card's types. If it's a normal unit, look at the top 4 cards from your deck, call up to 2 grade 2 or less from among them to rear guard and shuffle your deck. If it's a trigger unit, this unit gets power plus 15k and a critical until the end of turn. Whoo, baby! Woo. This is the big boy.
It's JD.
it's JD. It's not as good as JD because JD like he's amazing, but it's really good. The obvious thing you want to see is probably normal trigger or trigger normal. Normal isn't bad though.
Not.
Trigger is just all right. You're gonna PG this and that's the game, or that's the game.
Yeah.
Basically, what's really nice is it turns any trigger that you mill into an auto crit. A 15k crit. Like, it turns it into like a critical trigger. So if it was like,
When you check more crits.
so if it was like poopy 5k draw, oh, suddenly I'm 30k bigger in a crit and 2 crits. Whoa. I net game there.
What happened here?
But then again, it could also be heal trigger, crap. At least my dude's big. So, I mean, you know.
Like, Leopold is just, wait, what? Oh, snap, I can summon JD now.
It's super nice. I really like it. This deck is really cool because
I like the concept.
It's like walking into a casino and just let's see what happens. Whereas, like, I used to think that way about Grand Blue, but playing Matt so many times and playing at tournaments, I see a lot more sadness when I see people play Grand Blue, because it's like Matt's favorite thing to say was, well, when he started, it's gotten progressively like more sad, but like when he first started playing Grand Blue, he'd be like, oh, mill 2 triggers, that's Grand Blue, and then like he'll just keep on doing his thing, and then now it's like 2 triggers, of course it's 2 triggers because it's me, it can't be anything else, it's 5 triggers in the first 6 mills, I'm dead. And that's not going to a casino. That's not fun at all.
We don't go to casinos to lose.
So the whole deck as it looks right now is very like, let's roulette this. Let's see what happens. No matter what happens, you get something out of it. And that's the important thing. At least none of these cards that are at least released so far, Braxton, at least none of these cards say like normal trigger, do nothing. Normal unit, do nothing. Trigger unit, do something crazy. You know, because then it'd be like
something crazy.
sad when it doesn't happen. You get something out of it. What I would have given for this clan to have been forced, though. I would have given anything for this clan to have been forced. With these skills?
Yeah. But like, what class are these animals teaching where they teach gambling? Like, come on, man.
Bro, they teach you that life is all about risk. And you gotta jump into that, man. You see the club, you gotta try the club. You see the sport, you gotta try the sport, man. You see the class, you gotta fail the class, you know? You gotta live the life. And they are gonna get other grade 3s, so I'm very interested to see what the other grade 3s do. But as Brax and I have come to realize, Excel clans tend to leave a lot to be desired, minus Murakumo. But that's because, once again, screw OTT in particular. Should the day ever come where OTT is just completely gone, Murakumo... Actually, no. The thing is, Murakumo stopping writing is an inherent anti... So long as the main mechanic in this part of Vanguard is rewriting the Vanguard over and over, Murakumo will have somebody to annoy. Because as long as like writing over and over is a thing, Murakumo will be a nuisance to that thing. But aside from that, like, Tachis aren't bad, but they're not amazing. Who am I missing? Oh, Novas are just bad.
Golds are bad.
Golds are just bad. What's the other one? Oh, and Aquaforce. Aquaforce isn't terrible, but also leaves a lot to be imagined. Also, they betrayed their boy, Maelstrom.
They really did.
And that's my feelings there on Leopold. All right. And that being said, I'm gonna take 3 questions today. So rev up those hashtag Absolutions. We're gonna take 3 questions because our go boy Braxton. Are you excited for Red Dead? Wait, are you both getting it, or just you, or just your brother?
Cam's getting it. So
Okay.
I gotta go put my shoes on. It's about that time.
You should get My Hero Academia while you're there.
There's no release for that today.
I think that I don't even know if it came out.
It comes out tomorrow.
My pre-cal teacher always said I'm not promoting gambling, but then I decided to play Great Nature. So yeah, 3 questions. Hashtag them up. We'll answer them the best I can. How do you feel about no Heyo pineapple? I am livid. Nah, I actually don't care that much. I mean, it's a little sad. I'd like to see Heyo pineapple one last time. But we got the tomato. And, like, not only is it a really good card, it's a freaking tomato. Like, I'm okay with this. I'm really okay with this. Braxton, what about Heyo pineapple? Anything?
Why is there no Heyo pineapple?
That's what I'm saying. Do you think Great Nature will be the best Excel clan? I think no. I don't.
They don't have any other choice to be the best Excel clan. They're the only one with good skills.
No, I just don't think. I don't know, because to me, the best Excel clan right now is Murakumo or Aquaforce, depending on how you want to judge it. I mean, I will say this.
Pale Moon.
I will say this. Oh, I forgot about Pale Moon. Great Nature, the best clan is still Great Nature's to take. Like, if Great Nature wants it, it's not like there's a super high bar to take it. If Great Nature wants to be the best Excel clan, it can do it. It just has to do it. As far as am I getting? Well, I don't want that to be my third question, but I'll answer really quick. I'm not going to get my hero on launch. I will pick it up probably if it goes on sale at some point.
Fighting game session at Jose's. Yay!
I still got Starlink to play and the one that's with you and a pile of other games. But Starlink is on the top of my list. Hashtag Ask Evolution. Do you think golds will get better with BTO3 support, whatever that happens to be? Yes, it has to. It can't get any worse. I mean, maybe. But no, it can't. It can't get any worse. It's maybe bottom 4, bottom 5 deck right now. Braxton, what do you think?
It's pretty bad. It might win. It might be the best Excel clan if there were only just Excel clans, but I feel like when they balance Excel clans, they balance them against each other.
Do you think golds will get better? Well, yeah, just that. So yeah, they have to. They have to. Now whether or not they're gonna get a new, like what the new boss is gonna be, I don't know. But they have to get better. It's the only way. And with that, I think we're gonna go ahead and end damage check. I want to thank you guys as always. If you want to talk to us on the Discord, check it out. Check out that Discord. If you want to talk Duel Links sometime, talk to Braxton on the Discord. But not tonight because he'll be getting.
I actually post there now. Yay!
He'll be getting. He'll be doing other things. We'll see you here next time. As always, please stay safe and strong and play a lot of Vanguard. And we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Bye, guys. Bye.